All right, and we're live. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome, panel. It's been a busy weekend for everybody, so it's really cool to wind up the weekend here on Sunday night. And um, make sure you're sub to all of these guys on the panel because they're all awesome fish keepers. And today we have a special guest. It's Whip Swirl, and never had him on as a guest before. So really excited to have him. And we're going to just do like a hangout kind of thing. I don't mean just do that. I mean, we're not going to do anything formal. I think we have a lot more fun when we just get into it and see what happens. So welcome. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And there's Skipper. Let me see who's in here real quick. Skipper's here. Say what?
I was just welcoming Mike back. It's nice to have him not in the chat, but his face in here.
Yeah, thank you. Dragon Lair, Skipper Dee Dee's in here. She's Dee Dee's all over, you know that.
Yeah, you know me.
Peplin, Dennis, Mark, Nathan, Jeff Kane, Bunny Viper, Lucky Stone. All the cool kids are here. Nathan Hovey, Jenny Lynn. A lot of talking, so got to scroll past, but I don't want to miss anybody. I said Dragon Lair, I think. He'll be commenced to cussing in a minute. I'm teasing about my
Smart.
Yeah. Talking about that on your screen. Linda Worth, Marty from Fish Dreams. Dang, there's some more people in here than I realized. Melvin.
Metalheads? What?
I think that's everybody, but I'm almost to the top.
We have Craig. Did you see Craig?
I said, hey, Craig.
Oh, okay. And how about Peplin and Roxanne?
I didn't see Roxanne, but I said.
Roxanne.
Well, just assume she's there.
Patty. Oh, yeah. Patty.
Funny Moose.
Mickham. And Adele. That's everybody up at the top anyway. All right. So, we're just going to talk with Whips and maybe be able to see some of his fish, some of his tanks, and see what's going on with him. And I had told him I'd ask him just to tell us a little bit about himself, how he got in the hobby. I know he's been doing this for a minute, I think 40 years or something. I heard him saw him say somewhere. So he knows a little bit about fish and reptiles too. So do you mind telling us a little about yourself? I don't want to put you on the spot, but.
I think when I got interested in fish keeping was when I was in between my 6th and 7th grade, way back in the day. They asked for volunteers that we could take some of the science room, classroom animals home. You know, kind of watch them over the summer break, and I volunteered for the 10-gallon guppy tank that had 3 guppies in it when I brought it home, and it had, hundreds and hundreds of them when I took it back. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I just kind of stuck with it the whole time. My parents were pretty cool, glad that I didn't stick with the birds, because I also volunteered to bring home doves that had to stay in the basement, and that. They were noisy and loud and smelly, so I just they were just as glad not to see them come home again. But maybe someday in the future, I keep telling my wife we're going to get animals that will outlive me from now on. I don't want to deal with that thing anymore.
When they die.
Yeah, so tortoises and macaws and animals that will just definitely outlive me. Be a problem for my grandkids.
Nice.
We'll love that.
Yeah, but that's about it. I don't know what else you're really looking for. I grew up in Illinois, stayed in Illinois most of my life. I spent a year in Germany when I was, just a little baby. When my dad got drafted, he got sent over there. So I have no memory of it or anything, but I know there's pictures. So no Photoshop back then.
Well, you mentioned your wife, and I've seen you mention her before too, like in your posts on Facebook and stuff. You guys are hanging out together. but I assume that she's active in your hobby too, or does she
She's
just
not.
support it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she would just assume that she stays as far away from it as possible. I drag her in when I can. Like she picked out the flower horn. I tried to get her interested because she liked the flower horn, and she would come down here every now and again and tell me I need to clean the glass.
Oh, all, mine are always all like that. Every now and then I'll think about cleaning glass before I show something, but it's rare. It's
Yeah.
rare.
I did it yesterday just to make sure that you can see in there if we do a walk
Well,
around.
it looks good. It looks great. Is it a special kind of flower horn? I know some of those guys are pretty expensive.
To be honest, I don't know much about him. I actually won him. No, that's not true. I won guppies, and I gave those to Zenny. And somebody else won the flower horn on Misfits channel, and she gifted it to me. So I just know it's from Misfit. I don't know what. I think he said something about a fire, some firemen, firehouse, fire something, but I don't know what.
If they've got a fancy name, they've got a fancy price. Yeah.
Are you planning to retire in Illinois?
You know I'm not, Mr. Ed. We bought.
What are your plans?
You know it.
I got 5+ acres in Spencer, Tennessee, that we're working on clearing the land a little bit. We're going to leave the trees up all around, but we're going to clear the middle, and it's sitting kind of on a mountaintop, so it's got a pretty nice view, at least now. There's 180 acres below me that's for sale, and I'm hoping it doesn't get turned into a.
Oh man, killing me, Smalls.
But please, just leave it alone for now. Let me die first.
We'll have Susie Q buy it.
I want to go. I want to live in Tennessee.
Come on down.
I only even want 1 acre. I'll be happy with 1 acre.
See there? And that view is like a 360, Susie Q, because we could actually hang out there a lot of the time with
Oh
him.
my God, that'd be so cool.
And all have our own view. See?
I think I'm only about an hour away from Ed and Bob.
Yeah, it is.
It's an
I look.
hour or maybe 2 from James.
Are you anywhere near the tail of the dragon?
Say that again?
Are you anywhere near the tail of the dragon? It's a motorcycle run.
I don't know. I don't know where that's at. I heard of it, but I have never been one of those guys. You know, I just ride. I don't see the fun in not trying to die. You know, the whole thing going down there just scares me watching people do it. So
I hear you.
He's kind of in between that.
Okay.
Like, if he wants to go towards Knoxville and come visit me, he would take that.
Okay.
And that's the scary way. That's the way I think I'm going to die.
All right.
I watch people go down there at 100 miles an hour, and they're laying the bike almost on its side, trying to keep it, making the turns. I'm like, no, that's not for me.
Oh,
I'm more
Lord.
of a speed limit kind of driver myself, but just the fact that there's that much stretch of miles without any crossroads is amazing to me. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to worry about oncoming.
I didn't even
What
think
about fish in the back of your tank? Somebody was saying something about your fish in the tank.
See, there I go again. I wasn't even looking.
What are the fish behind you?
This right here is a Central and South American tank. It's got all. Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of glare because I had to turn on every light down there. But there's an Oscar, a Jaguar. There's a Jack Dempsey up here.
Ooh.
There's an Angel right here. Looking at you, so you probably can't see her or him. A Venezuelan pike, a Texas cichlid over here.
And what size tank is that?
It's a 210.
Nice.
And then up here on top of the Oscar, there's a Saldine. And I don't see any. There's a convict in here. And then a couple pets.
Nice.
That's a great idea, Dragon Lair. I'll start a motorcycle club.
That's right. Woo!
We didn't think about getting you a Tennessee Fish Mafia name for the stream. I don't know if we all have ours up there or not, but Susie's is it Susie Softail?
Yeah, I couldn't think. I'm not witty enough to come up with something good.
I
I think Whip kind of is a good
think
name.
Whip is pretty good.
Yeah.
Does that relate to motorcycles?
And actually, I got that nickname back in 1980. Oh, sheesh, 81, 82. I went to go see Ozzy Osbourne and came out a Metallica fan. And from that time on, because Metallica opened for him, and from then on, I was just throwing myself around like an idiot, listening into the heavy metal bands. And somebody told me, you're going to give yourself whiplash if you keep acting like that.
Oh, being a headliner.
It just stuck. It's one of those things that just stuck with me forever. So
It actually is a great Tennessee Fish Mafia name. Wow.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the long version could be a whiptail shark.
Or a whiplash.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's my what's the name that you call you? That's not your name. Your alias. That's my alias. Whiplash Smilington.
Somebody tell Scotty to stop typing.
Tell him to stop typing.
Yeah, he's like 1981. I wasn't even a thought yet. I was born in 1985.
Oh,
Oh, shut up, Scotty.
Yeah, you youngsters,
I was already out of high school.
y'all missed the good stuff.
Yeah, I was out of high school too.
Yeah, they did, really. They just don't know it.
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine.
how many tanks do you have?
I have 8. 7 of them are. Well, no, that's not true. I have 9, but 2 of them are like hospital quarantine tank. I don't even display those. They're in a closet. I have a 14-gallon cube upstairs that looks terrible right now because the power went off and we had tornadoes run through. I think, Susie, you said you had them too.
Yep.
And the power went off, and then when it came back on, it just the hang on the back just dumped all kinds of crap in there. So it looks terrible right now. And then I got called into work, and I spent all day yesterday working clearing trees off power lines. So I didn't get a chance to clean it. I could have cleaned it today, but I'm like, Sunday.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
another
but
day.
down here I got the 210, I got a 150, I got 270, 255, a 75, and a 40.
Wow.
Which I know that's small potatoes in some of your all world. What do you have, Susie? Like 120? I know Ed has over 100 or something like that. It's crazy.
A lot of
I
water.
don't have as many big ones.
That's
I
all
wish I
you
had
can
some
have.
of those big tanks.
And then well, you have a bunch too, don't you, Bob?
Well, actually, I'm down, and I'm proud to say that I only have 62, but I used to have 82.
I
So
struggle. I struggle
down.
with the maintenance on 7. I don't know how you guys do the maintenance on that many things.
I don't
Well,
know how they do
Well,
either.
it's easy when you're retired.
I suppose.
yeah.
Well, it's
I'm
not necessarily
retired and
easy,
it's not
but
easy.
it gives you something to do.
Yeah,
I
you
had-
always have something to do.
I had 8 when I did retire 8 years ago. So then I went to 12 and then 20, and it just kept on putting in racks.
I had 3.
It happens.
Oh, Pepley Creek says he's a member for 23 months and said, thanks for the mug, Whip. You rock.
Uh,
My mistake is all on for you, man. I can't believe I did that. I sent Coro was supposed to get a mug, and I told Papa I was going to send him some stickers. And he's a couple days later, he sends me a picture. He goes, "Were you supposed to send me this mug?" And I'm like,
I've done that too.
yeah, whoops. So I said, just keep it. It's easier just to keep it.
I'm just going to ask something off topic. because I can. Are you keeping reptiles too, or are you getting reptiles into them, or what's up with that?
I've had them in the past, and I'm planning on getting them again, but I don't currently have them. What I want is a rainbow boa like you have. That's a bucket list for me. Um, I was thinking about like an Asian water monitor or something,
Oh,
but then I said, you know what? First of all, that's a lot of work, and they only live like 8, 10 years, right? I think. So I said, no, that's out because I don't want to. I'm not burying anything anymore, you know.
right.
So I'm gonna probably. I've been talking to a guy down in Florida, and we're trying to find out the best time to get them for when I move because obviously I can't have them here. But not Galapagos, but the Aldabra tortoise. I want,
Oh, nice. Wow.
but you know they get so big, and I'm not going to be able to be hauling around it. So
Right.
if I don't move down there for another 5, 6, 7 years, it could be huge by that time.
Yeah.
I don't know what
They'll take over your house in the winter.
right. If I can even get them in.
Right. Have to make a new doorway for it.
Right. And get
Patrick says that monitors can live over 30 years.
That's what I thought. I thought monitors are very, very intelligent and live a long time.
I didn't do a whole lot of research. I just heard. Are you guys familiar with Kenan Harkin, Camp Kenan?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He said that his Asian water monitor was only going to live 8, 9 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
Did he have the little ones or the big ones?
those are the this is second largest, I think. Third
Right.
largest.
Oh.
Yeah, they're big.
I'm happy with my Chinese water dragon.
Is that the same reptile or different name, or?
No, that's more like a iguana type, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people ask, is that an iguana? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know what it is. I've seen them too.
it's
Yeah.
a dragon.
Now, iguanas, that species is supposed to live 30
Yeah.
years. So maybe that's an option too. If I get a rhino or iguana.
I've always wanted a tegu, a black and white tegu.
Oh my God, there was a huge one at the Repticon last week, or when it was huge. I mean, it was as big around as me. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 4 feet long.
Yeah.
They had a pretty big one. Didn't go to Edwin. Do you remember the tegu that was at Aquashella in Chicago this past year? That was a pretty big one. Did you see him? Right across from us, like kitty corner.
Oh yeah, I did get to see it for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't normally get to look at much at Aquashella because I work so stinking much, but I did get over there and look at that one. It was huge, and I was afraid because it was cold too.
It was just
Remember
freezing.
that cold drift was coming right. Our draft was right on them.
Yeah, I mean, we were right by the bay door, so everything over on that end was cold.
Yep.
It sounds like you have the same general taste in reptiles that you do in fish, bigger
Big.
specimens.
I don't want to step on anything, and I just little things just they don't really interest me. I keep trying. I've got a 75-gallon community tank over there that has blue acara, which do get bigger, but right now they're small. It's got some angels that I actually got from Pep. Koi cats are in there, stuff like that, and I don't spend any time on it.
Mickham's asking if you have any smaller cichlids and what are your favorite fish or fishes. Good questions.
Well, my favorite fish has been and probably always will be the Oscar. This guy's probably my least favorite out of all of the ones I've had. Because they always live forever. That's another nice thing. They live like 10, 12 years, 15 years. My first one lived through, I went to college, and I don't even know if anybody fed him for 2 years, and he still lived.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're bulletproof. But this guy's mean. He bites me all the time, and he's not as, he's
Yeah,
not as
they're
personable.
bulletproof unless they jump out.
Yeah, right.
That's
That was not good.
And that was on live YouTube too.
Right at the beginning of the show, you were just getting rolling.
Oh my God, I couldn't hide it. I'm like, what the hell is that on the floor? And it was my Oscar.
Oh,
But I guess my next favorite would be the Jag, which I have been to. And then second overall, it'd be the Arowana. I don't know. That thing I fell in love with.
You have an arowana?
I did. Unfortunately I have to take full 100% responsibility, and I murdered her on New Year's Day. I think it was. I only feed every other day, so I'm not down here every single day. And I had done a water change so that on New Year's Day, because I don't know if all of you partake, but I got a little. I threw a few back, you know what I mean? So I knew I didn't want to come down here with a hangover doing water changes, so I did it the day before. Then New Year's Day, I didn't come down here at all. And then I fed on the 2nd late at night, and I looked, and when I did my water change, I forgot to turn the filtration system back on. So she suffocated, and yeah, that was a rough go. It's hard to forgive yourself for something stupid like that.
Oh man, that's how I lost my Amphilochus hot lips. I can relate.
yeah. Well, lost
My
something.
Jag.
It's our fault.
That
Yeah.
happened.
She was 27 inches long. She was already,
Nice.
long as my arm.
Wow.
I just, she was such a cool fish. Everybody says they jump, and she never really jumped. She jumped out of the tank one time when I spooked her while doing a water change. That's the only time. I never found her on the floor, unexpectedly. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had one of them that was, they sell the little tiny babies that they shouldn't be selling yet. In fact, I think it still had a little bit of an egg yolk on it.
Oh
And I
my.
got that probably when I was in college, so that was a long time ago. And of course, I killed it. It
Did they
died.
have electricity back then?
We had to paddle like a bicycle to take the water.
I didn't even know they had arowana in the hobby back then. I mean, I didn't really start seeing them until the last 10, 15 years.
That was, I'm 67, so that wasn't quite 20 years ago. So, yeah. In fact, it was a store was right here in Cleveland. It's gone now. But that's where I got it. They had huge piranhas in there, real piranhas, big ones. And we would always go in there thinking it was cool, I had fish, but I got it. And I guess I didn't get what it needed to eat, or it was too small. I don't remember, but
Sounds
it
like it was
lasted.
too small. It still had its
Probably.
egg.
He had a whole bunch of them. So it was sad.
How many babies do they have at a time when they have babies?
I don't know.
I don't even know if they're live bearers or they're probably egg layers, right? I don't even know.
I would think.
Usually when I kill a fish, I just can't do it again. I can't, deal with that again.
Well, I'm going to do it again.
Do you have discus?
I do not.
I'm
I'm not disciplined enough to, like I go on vacation and there's 2 weeks that there's no water changes happening, and I can't see myself getting good.
Well, that was when I got it, Dragon Lair. He said they were selling them in the 70s, and I was born in 55, so there you go. There you go. One of my, I was going to ask opinions on here, and since you have Jaguar anyway, I have a pair of Jaguar, and the female is just gorgeous. She came from Ginger Graves over in Nashville a couple of years ago, and I got a male that's grown up with her, and he's probably 9 inches, and she's a good 11 inches or so. But she's doing the thing where fish lay on their side and struggle to get down, like an air bladder thing. And I've done everything, the salt, the peas, all of that stuff. So I think I'm going to have to go back and refresh on how you actually vent them with the needle and try to get that air out, because she's not going to live long like this. She eats really good. She's still got her spirit, but she just, lays on her side all the time. And if she doesn't wedge herself under something, she floats up. So, has anybody ever had a big fish do that? No?
I saw it on predatory
Okay.
fish, but
Just goldfish, and that was salt, aquarium salt, because they have lots of swim bladder problems.
It didn't. It didn't help her. I started out with baths, doing dips on her, and then I just went ahead and salted the tank, at the full recommended, and nope. So I'm gonna have to stick her. It won't hurt her. I mean, it may hurt her a little bit, but I mean, it won't kill her. It might save her life.
Yeah, something like that when you know they're going to probably pass. I think it's worth trying anything.
Yeah, she's not a happy camper. I can tell she's miserable.
My brother-in-law made a sling for his goldfish and tied it to the top, so it was like in a harness because he kept flipping over. I kept trying to tell him, I'm like, that's not gonna, but I just let him do. He did what he did.
Work.
Get another one. Like when he got bloat and he kept swimming upside down, he built a little harness for his goldfish. So,
Did it work?
no. But you got
Maybe you should have tried glue.
Glue.
Yeah.
it worked for him because it was a nice it was a slow transition for him. First,
Yeah. Right.
And I told him what some people have done with removing the air. He was horrified. I'm like, or you could just use the harness. Like,
Well, a fish that big, I'll just have to layer on, a damp cloth or something a clean cloth that's the water from the tank. It's damp, and same thing on top, and just expose that area and get my landmarks.
yeah.
Just go in gently with the needle, and that way I can hold her from jumping all over. And
Well, I hope you videotape that. Even if you don't post it, I would be very interested to see that process.
I'll try. I got to find a needle first.
Pablo's a professional.
Yeah.
He's like needled babies.
No, we used to have to do things to our fish way back in the day. Like if they would get tail rot or stuff. I can't tell you how many platies and stuff I've laid on the same on a damp cloth and taken a razor and cut the edge of their tail off, and tail rot's gone. Clean water change.
Well, I had to give my steak intravenous shots twice a day. And
Yeah.
trying to get it through the scales was like, you had to get like right in the edge between where the scales meet. That was, and I'm not a nurse. I am not a professional, and I'm like freaked out. But I did what I did what I had to do.
Well, nurses.
I had a corn
Nurses.
snake and I had to do that.
Yeah.
A what? I cut you
I
off.
had a corn snake back when my kids were little, and she quit eating, and they put her on some kind of antibiotic that I had to jab her every day, and I'm like, this is crazy. I don't know. I'm giving a shot to a snake.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm like, nobody, who would do this?
Little did you know.
You're everywhere. You people are everywhere.
Yeah.
We had that Sarah snake shop on the last couple of weeks on reptiles, and she was talking about having to give a snake a shot, and it was totally opposite from what I thought. She said you go in where at the top of the scale where it attaches. You don't go underneath the scale, and I started and I kept ruminating on that, and you wouldn't even know if it was in the skin if you went under. So that makes sense. I guess we learn things. I can't see myself sticking a snake, but you did it, Whip, so maybe I could.
You can. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
There you go.
Haven't you had to stick like human babies when you were a nurse?
Me? Oh yeah, in the scalps. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me about that in their little heads.
Yeah, but they're strapped down.
So-
They can't find them. They're restrained.
That makes it easier. Strap them down.
Strap them down.
If you can touch a human baby and do that, you can do any animal.
Really? It's not
Yep.
fond of kids, I think.
A human
they're
baby
scary.
was easy. I can't do it to a snake.
I had to do it to a horse, and it's like, is he going to kick me? But she
Oh,
did.
wow,
She
you had to
did
do it to a
like she
horse?
didn't- Yeah, you had to give something to her like at midnight, and it would have cost her a fortune for the vet to have come all the way back out for another 8-hour injection. So he showed me what to do, and I did it. The horse didn't kick me.
Yeah,
Wow.
those $100 trips will get you interested in learning real quick, won't they?
Yeah, that was back in the 80s. So, that was a lot of money in the 80s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what now? If you move to Tennessee, when will that be?
Not if, when? Think
No.
positive. When? I'm gonna have to retire first, I think, and that's not gonna be for a bit, especially if the markets don't come back a little bit. Uh, right now, I'm not sitting too good as far as my 401k and all that stuff right now. So, and my wife has to retire too, but she's probably closer than I am.
Now, does
Um,
this land have any kind of sewer system in it yet, or is it just straight land?
Susie's thinking just like I am.
Yeah, it's land. There's water and sewer there, but it's not to my house yet.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's supposed to be up in there, but the water line broke, 15 years ago or something silly like that, and they never fixed it. And now they can't find it. So I'm like, oh, well, you better find it.
It's like a huge, huge dream of mine, like just to set up a trailer or a tiny house and live in that while making my whatever I want to make, For me, I would start off with a barn, an insulated barn with little doors for all my animals. And once that's set up, then I would worry about the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susie,
Yes.
my brother-in-law and sister just bought land on Flat Top Mountain, and they're building their barn first, and they're going to live in the barn while they build the house because they're so far away from everybody, people can steal stuff easy too at night.
Yeah.
So that way they'll be right there. It'll be nice, and then they're going to have an alpaca farm.
Oh my gosh, how great is that?
Cool.
Oh,
That
Oh, that
whole
is-
house thing is coming around. I know some people that moved to Texas somewhere, and the house is like the front half of the barn, and then there's a barn in the back.
yeah,
Same building though. I mean, that
I'm
seems-
good with that. I prefer that actually, like 4 or 5.
Dragon Lair, I do remember who you're talking about, but I can't remember who he is. The guy that was the ichthyologist, that was a vet.
Is it
But I
Stephen,
haven't-
the biologist?
Oh, her doc. I know who you mean.
Stephen, is that who you said?
Yeah, somebody. Patty says Stephen, the biologist.
Oh,
Is that who it is?
I don't know.
He was definitely an ichthyologist in the law because he would always help us out. I don't know what happened to him.
He got tired of us asking for free advice, probably. Yeah, he was real nice.
Yeah.
I know he had some trouble with some people at his practice or something the last I saw him talking, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. He had a YouTube channel. I don't know. So that place has, following up on Susie Q's query, does that land have a house on it?
no house, no nothing. It's just trees. So
Okay, but there's no water source. So I was just thinking, if you're not going to be going there for a while, I'm thinking about getting a travel trailer. I've been looking at them to haul around my truck so I can haul, dogs and stuff and cats in it. We'd be glad to.
You know what they're for is to go pull up at them truck stops.
No, Dee Dee, I don't want to run into you. I don't want to
You
bump
trying to
into
take over my side job.
Yeah, we're gonna make a fish fam hippie farm.
But no, Ed and
Well,
I
you
was
could put your
glad-
cat house on his land.
Yeah, we could go hang out up there, and make sure nobody's up there doing anything they shouldn't.
I got a flashback to the 70s, going in the woods with a kegger.
Yep.
There are two. There's a house right next to me, and then the rest of the property. There's 7, like roughly 5-acre lots around this dead end road,
Oh,
and
wow.
only one of them is built out of the 7. And then there's a lady on the back side of the road, the dead end road, that comes tooling around through there every once in a while.
Oh,
So they may come over and ask you what you're doing, but just tell them you know me.
wow. That's so
I,
cool.
I don't have any reason to get. Just for some reason, I've been looking at them like 6 months, and I'm like, but what am I going to do with all these dogs and stuff? So someday
I,
maybe.
don't, I never even considered getting a dog down there. I got ticks on me this time down. What was that? 2 weeks ago, Ed? When I tried to hook up with you, but you had a crazy schedule.
Really,
They're everywhere around there. I can't. I don't know how you keep a dog without it getting just covered in them.
they're not down here yet. We don't have them in this area yet. Have you seen any, Ed? Have you got any
What is it?
ticks?
Oh no, I haven't seen a single tick here. Like when I was in Missouri, we had ticks everywhere, but what we have here is fleas.
Yeah.
The fleas are horrific,
Weeds?
at least in Chattanooga area.
Fleas.
Please.
Oh,
Fleas.
fleas.
Yeah. I haven't seen fleas, but we have ticks like crazy up here. In that on
We
the
have
mountain.
ticks too in Pennsylvania. Must be something with the coldness. You need the cold to keep the.
My dogs let me know immediately when the ticks start, and they haven't because they like to walk around the edge of the woods. I don't let them go in, but that's close enough, that the little ticks jump on them, and they get them, and I find them immediately because they hate them. But mosquitoes are out here now. That surprised me. I got bit 3 or 4 times on the legs while I was mowing a while ago.
Oh wow! Already?
Yep.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, already.
I think 40 degrees is all they need.
Well, it's 32
Wow.
here, I think, tonight. It's good going
Wow.
back down to freezing again.
Wow.
What'll destroy the tick population without using chemicals? Because I never wanted to put chemicals on my land in Missouri because it would go out into the pond. So I got guinea hens, and
Yeah.
they're like bats to mosquitoes. They just destroy the tick population. They also destroy like all the bad bugs. Well, probably any bug you get,
Possums
but
will
yeah.
get ticks soon, it says.
But guinea hens are funny.
I was told guinea hens
They are.
where to go. Yeah.
Wow. Craig said his last dog died from a tick.
Oh man.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, but that's probably an Australian
God,
tick.
so cool looking.
Right. Everything in Australia kills you. Why not the ticks too?
Well, now, Whip, are there pine trees on your lot up there, or what kind is the primary source of trees?
Pretty cool.
What was the last part of that?
What is the primary type of tree that you have on that lot?
I don't think there's any kind of one type. It's just I think they cleared it like 20, 30 years ago to harvest the hardwood, and now it's it's mostly just weed trees. Nothing. There's nothing of note, so I don't feel bad cutting them down. They're just all volunteers.
Right.
Trying to reclaim it. So let's see.
So
I
now
know
you
you don't have as much problem down here unless you're closer to pine tree area.
Yeah.
I guess drier soil or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't see it over here. We're by a swamp here.
we don't have hardly any pine. There's some pine out in the open area. The property's kind of weird. It's like I have 5+ acres, but you can't even really access 3 of it because it's on a downward slope of about 50 degrees, 50, 60 degrees. It's hard to walk. I have a rope thrown down there
Oh wow.
to haul myself back up because you can't physically just walk up. It's not a hill you can walk up. So,
Well, that sounds pretty safe. Like you don't have to worry about people trying to infiltrate.
Yeah, and I'm on the back anyways.
Yeah.
They can't get to you, man. It's better than building a moat.
Yeah.
It's them
Zombie
hillbillies,
control.
right?
Hey Jim.
Tommy boy. All these cool people coming in here. Everybody's saying hi to you, Whips.
Hi, everybody.
I didn't put them all up there. Trying to look for questions. Ed, another thing that's good to keep the ticks away is if you can get you a pack of possums.
Yeah, I heard that too.
They eat ticks. I mean, I think it's like 2,000 or 4,000 ticks a year the single possum will eat. It's crazy.
Now, Whip, are you planning on living off the land, like getting some hens for eggs and little things like that?
Not really. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I grew up in the city. I never really had that whole, do it yourself kind of thing going on in my head. So I'm going to try. I'm probably going to get chickens, and we're going to try to. I was talking to Tommy, uh, just which ones work best for eggs, and he was asking me if I was going to use it for meat too, and I'm like, yeah, probably not, because if I have them for 15 minutes, they're going to be family.
Yep.
But Brian,
But if you have all eggs, you don't ever have to worry about a fertilized egg. They're just always going to give you an egg.
yeah,
An egg a day.
yeah, I do too. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. And they don't do too bad with the chicks either. They're not. I don't think they're as good as the hen, but the guinea fowl thing. But they're pretty good.
Well, we're always asking about a vaccination. I must have missed something because can give venom to prevent death. I'm not understanding it. Sorry.
I don't get that
It's a
either.
phantom.
I don't know. Maybe he's watching Phantom of the Opera and modding. He could do it, He's just that good. You don't. If you want quail eggs to hatch, I could send you some. All right.
Oh wow.
You step on them.
So yeah, that's I'm gonna put about an acre lot in for the 2 tortoises if I'm able to pull that off. And then maybe if I'm really good, I can pay the aquascape people to come put in a pond for me out in between the house and the drop off.
Yeah. And then you can do your own lettuce.
Yeah.
Because those tortoises, man, you might as well start a lettuce farm.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of eating they're gonna do.
Especially when they're like 500 pounds. I can't even imagine what the bill's gonna be.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
Oh, the dog's name was Phantom.
But no, he won't die again.
They don't make vaccines for ticks like a tick repellent, do they?
I don't think so. But I don't.
That's what Weiwei's saying, but I've never heard of them.
Patty, are you up by Connecticut?
They do have a Lyme. I didn't know that.
I think that's a certain area of the country.
I didn't know that. Had patients with Lyme disease. That's nasty stuff.
Yeah, their daughter had Lyme disease.
Wow.
Yeah. Reagan, they're saying quail make good snake food. I know, but they're too cute.
Yeah. Quail make good food, or quail eggs makes? It'd have to be an egg eater, right? So he's talking about the actual bird.
He's talking about the little babies, I think.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Or the adults for bigger snakes.
I'm in New York. It's 2 shots in a row. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty close to Connecticut. I know in the New England area they have that. I didn't know if they had it across the country though.
I hadn't heard of it, so it must be fairly new.
Isn't that where Lyme disease originated in Connecticut? I think it did.
I think good ever comes out of Connecticut.
In Lyme, Connecticut.
Isn't that where Senator Sanders is from, or is that Vermont?
He's from Vermont, I believe.
Okay, just curious.
I just said Connecticut because it's such a small state. I figured I wouldn't hurt too many people's feelings.
Excuse me.
And UConn has been playing some great basketball.
I was supposed to go to UConn,
Oh wow!
but I decided to be a drunk instead. But I was going to go to UConn.
Well, I guess
I'm
you
pretty
had
sure they
fun.
beat Miami yesterday.
So he feeds frozen quail to his carpets.
Ah, okay. I know they have this service on. It's in a truck, like a van truck, that if you grow like meat chickens, they come to your house, and when they leave, everything is done. All they do is have the sealed bag, and you put it in your freezer, and it's just like you got it at the store. They take care of all that part humanely, and the meat hens actually get to maturity within a year, just like the tilapia does. So if you're going to grow your own, like rabbits, meat hens, tilapia, like you could literally have your own protein all year round.
Meat hens look so gross.
I got baby bunny. I could never do that.
But have you seen any of what the meat hens look like? They get so fat, the feathers don't cover their body.
They get
It's
so,
disgusting.
they're ugly, but they're
really?
delicious, especially if you don't feed them
Oh.
like corn and crap. You let them
We
eat
tried.
cow manure, they turn out very healthy.
Mickham asked a minute ago, Whips, if you have any other animals, any other pets besides the fish.
Just the Mighty Joe, Dakota, my Aussie mix. And he's 15 and not doing so great. So
I think I saw his picture on Facebook.
Yeah, he's in my prayer.
You said he's a good boy. Yes, he is.
yeah, that was a short, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty dog. I've got a mini Aussie. I got her at 10 years old, and she's heartworm positive, but she's cleared it out well. So
We had the mini that was Cheyenne. She just passed recently, just in the last couple months.
Dee Dee, oh, I see now. I started to say, what is that thing you're waving around there, Dee Dee?
Oh. Is that the Dojo Loach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is she waving around? I thought it was a cat's tail is what I thought it was.
With Dee Dee, you're kind of afraid to ask.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
Exactly. Red Laser, all these people in here. Awesome. It is great. Well, we've still got about 10 minutes, I think. So anybody have any other questions or topics or comments? We're not in any rush to end up here, but we've got some time.
Do you want me to do a walk around here?
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't ask you because I knew you weren't on the phone. Yeah.
I mean, I could try it. I don't know how well it's going to work out.
We'll make the.
You
When you
talk-
move down here, Whip, are you going to try to tub any fish?
I don't know if you caught it, but I'm really hoping that by the time we move down there, I'll have enough money saved for one of those aquascape ponds.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah, if I can do that, I'll forego the these words are hard.
Being in Chicago, the aquascape is in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice.
I saw you went
Well, they
and
came
visited.
down and did Rex tank down here in Tennessee, or his pond, and it's amazing.
So this is that's terrible. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, it's good.
All right, you're all gonna throw up here. I can't figure it out.
No, that's okay. It looks good.
All these people are used to my videos, so you're fine.
Is that a baby officer? Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what are these guys?
We got
Okay,
a
so I got a red shoulder severum. This is an albino red, not the albino tiger. It's an albino red. This is a red. It's a feste. It's a red terror, and this is a red Texas cichlid. And they're all good. This is a grow out, and I'll be putting them in with the big guys eventually. The plan is to have like multiple countries in here. Like this would be my African tank. This would be
Oh,
my
cool.
South American tank. That one over there would be my Central American tank. My Asian tank, that kind of thing. So
I like the scape in that.
I like this piece of wood very much.
Yes.
you see these rocks? Can you see those? I don't know if you can see those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I holding them right? I thought being as big as those are, that's probably 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. That they'd be too big for the fish to move around. I was wrong because I needed them. I need them. This thing floated. This is a big piece of wood. It's over 3 feet long, and it wanted to bob up to the top, and I bought these and put them around the base, and the Jaguar just keeps moving them around wherever he thinks they need to be.
What size is that tank? Did you say?
The big tank is the 210,
Okay.
and then the other one that I showed, the first one I showed you there, that was a 55. This is a Misfit from Misfit. I don't know how well that's coming off with the screen in the background like that, but
You still see it?
It's pretty.
he's a very pretty fish, or sheep. It's probably a sheep.
Is that your flower horn?
Yeah.
Definitely it's part Trimac. Like, you know how some of them, they use different Amphilophus than others? Like,
Oh, yeah. To get to where they want to be.
yeah. That's beautiful. He's gonna be gorgeous. He or she.
He or she, yeah. But it's 8 months old and only about 3.5, 4 inches. So I think it's probably a girl, right? I mean, wouldn't it get bigger than that if it was a boy by now? Almost a year.
I think its Noogle would start showing.
You would think
more
so.
if it was a boy.
That's kind of what I thought too. And then this is my 150, but it's basically empty right now. I have 2 very skittish silver dollars in there, but I haven't had the. I know it sounds goofy, but I just, when the arowana died, I just haven't put anything in there other than them to keep the cycle kind of going.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have any plans for that tank?
This is, I'll probably either put the South Americans or the Central when I split them. This is the tank that they'll go into.
Beautiful.
This is that's my community. If
Oh, I love the white rock. You don't like this tank that much?
I don't spend much time with it. I'm not a huge little fish fan, so. And now everybody's hiding, of course. But this has got blue acara in it. Those 3 angels are from Coupland Creek.
That's beautiful. I love it. But then again, I like small fish.
And Dee Dee, of all, the gigantic box of plants you sent me,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that survived, right? Can you see that? This
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
I killed everything else.
Wow.
And then this one you won't be able to really see anything because he's a coward. But this is a male. That's a male. Oh, wait, there he is. He's actually out. Fest day, too.
Big.
Yeah.
Can you see him? I can't see it. I'm pointing at.
Yeah. It's down hiding behind that helmet,
Yeah.
trying to.
And then eventually, that's the stand that I had built for the 210. Because the current stand, I can't even open those doors.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's collapsing on itself.
Oh, no. Oh,
And
no.
it's just me, so I can't move it. So one of these days, I'm going to have to just suck it up and ask people to come over here and help me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then this is my little experiment right there. That was supposed to be cobalt blue guppies that turned out looking more like feeder guppies.
Which are still very handy to have.
Right.
Sorry, are you guppy lovers? I'm sorry. Sorry.
But that's it. Oh, and
Maybe
then
if we have
if I can't, don't make you too sick here. This is my
Oh,
arowana
yes.
plan. That's a 7 by 5 foot pond insert that I'm going to build a box around and put an arowana.
Oh, beautiful.
Not there, of course. It's going to go where this tank is. Once I get it moved.
Well,
How
maybe if Aquashella or we have some other event that's in the
Chicago.
the Midwest,
Yeah.
we could all come over and move it for you one evening.
It's so busy though. I mean, if it was an event where you guys had a 3-day or something, that'd be cool. But I'd feel bad about asking you guys. I mean, you're all killing yourselves trying to get that show ready.
Don't feel bad, Whips. Ed's just trying to weasel into your fish room. Right, Ed?
Yep.
Dusted.
Well, and the worst part is I can't lift anything right now anyway.
See?
Yeah, you've been on a restriction for a while, haven't you?
Oh, well, now it turns out I've got a hernia over my sternum.
Oh,
And I just lifted 4 gallons yesterday and it swelled all up real bad. So
Oh, geez.
No, I'm teasing.
I got to get that fixed.
Ed helped me move a bunch of stuff twice, I think, didn't you, Ed? But anyway, from when Ginger Graves broke down a lot of big tanks and stuff, so he did a lot of lifting he wasn't supposed to do. He's the man.
Bob has a
Whip went
Bob's
to,
going to give me a big fish tank.
Wasn't that you
I'm
and
sorry.
Furlough that went to KG Tropicals and helped them move their stuff?
yeah.
I don't know if he'll repay me for that. He's a little bit too much of a big shooter for me.
Well, he knows people now, you know.
Yeah, right.
They're putting the link up for Danica and Huawei is.
Is that? Oh, it is that time. Wow, that
Oh,
flew
geez.
by.
It did go by very fast.
Oh,
All right. Thank you,
Well, I
Whips.
appreciate you guys having me on. That was very cool of you.
That was
It was
awesome.
awesome. It really was. Try to get you down here with the rest of us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I was kind of surprised when I just asked you, randomly, and you said, yeah. Yeah, so that's encouraging me to ask other people that I, haven't asked because I didn't think they would. So,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank all you panel members, always, always, always. And check out all these channels, guys. They're all awesome channels. And we're all different, too. So, and let's see, what can we do? Shameless plugs for. Pam's not here, but she goes Wednesday night. Ed, when do you go? When do you not go?
Well,
I
Thursday
try
night's
to go
one
every
is my
day.
show.
Is it Reptiles? It's the Reptiles Cup. Oh, that's Friday night. Yeah. Thank you, Susie, for the visual aid. That's Friday night at 7:30, and
Yeah.
we've had some awesome guests, and we have some awesome guests coming up too. So, and then we'll be back here next Sunday, hopefully with another guest. If anybody wants to come up too, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we would love to have people up. So, all right.
Have we ever had Silver Creek?
I haven't.
We ought to. Well, we should nab him. He's here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can get him. Tommy Boy, will you come up?
Nothing like putting them on the spot.
Right.
I know.
I would never do that.
Tommy, you want to come up, don't you? Come on, Tommy. You want to.
Yeah.
Double dog dare you.
He has lots
Some
of
awesome
stuff.
mollies. Yeah.
He
He has a
does.
lot
Like
of
the
good. And
hashtag,
he's starting up a business.
we have
Yeah,
just
he is.
been whipped.
Saw that. He's acting like. Oh, there he is.
I love it.
But that doesn't keep you from saying yes or no, does it?
Yeah, I know, right? He had time to type all that out instead of white yes.
Right. I'll follow up with you guys. You see, people are wanting you up here, so I'll get with
Yeah.
you. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Of course,
Let's
next
go to
week is
Danica's.
Easter,
Thank
so.
you. Have a great night.
Good night.
All right, thank you.